personally think customer experience is in the heart of everything we do. It is how this bank started, by being good to our customers. It's deep into the DNA of this organization, treating our customers fairly and giving them good experience. From an HR perspective, I think we work very well with the business, hand in hand, to deliver what good customer experience looks like. So what does that really mean? If you look at it from the day an employee joins the organization, or even before that, when he's a candidate coming in for an interview, we test whether his values are aligned to the values of the bank. We also test and put him in difficult situations to see if he would put the customer first before anything else. Once the employee has joined the organization, it is our job as HR to train these people on products, policies, processes, so that they can stand in front of the customer with full confidence to deliver their job. Ownership, accountability, empowerment, these are words commonly used in the corporate world. You will see these fancy words used many times in the boardroom. But what does this actually mean? I purely believe that this means don't pass the buck to somebody else. How many times in our careers have we heard the following statements? Sorry, your promotion was denied because senior management don't like you. Or sorry, I think you're great, but I couldn't give you a great performance rating because HR stopped it. Or even from a customer lens, we go and tell our customers, sorry for the delay because the back office is rubbish, or the back office have stopped it. Or your exception has not come through because it's still pending with head office. How could we change this mentality where we don't pass the buck and do take ownership? That's what's important to me. So I think the hotel industry is a great example of where an industry absolutely focuses on customer experience, and I can think of a lot of good examples that come out of that industry. But one example that really has stayed with me over the last few years was a trip to Disneyland with my family a few summers back. I have very young kids, and on the day we were at Disneyland, there was the opening of some new ride that the children were very, very excited about going on that ride. So we stood online, and for those who've been to Disneyland would realize how long those lines can be. But we were standing in line waiting to go on to be one of the first people to go onto that ride that had just opened. There was one of the Disneyland staff that kept on passing by, and he kept on passing by a couple of times, and he realized that maybe we wanted to go onto this ride and we were standing in the wrong queue. But instead of coming directly to me to say, ma'am, you're in the wrong queue, he actually went down to the level my kids were at, and he asked them about what were they doing, which ride, and got them a bit more excited about this new ride. And then he stood up to talk to me to say, I'm sorry, the signage might be slightly confusing for all of you. It is our first day that we've opened this ride, and we're still learning and we're receiving feedback from our clients. So you have been standing in the wrong queue, and that's where the right queue is for the ride. However, he did also then say that it would be very unfair to us at Disneyland to make our clients stand for the same ride twice in a queue. So he made us stand in the queue we were in, and he said, the minute it is your turn, I will come and take you through the back entrance so you still get to enjoy the ride. That example actually stayed in my mind because in reality was that staff anticipated that there was an issue. He came and then asked his customers in a very nice way whether what he thought was reality or not. He didn't come and tell me, sorry, you're just standing in the wrong queue and you'll need to start all over again in the next queue. He took accountability to say the signage could have been slightly confusing, where in reality it was probably not, and we were just standing in the wrong queue. But he did make an exception to say, as of now, I will just take you to the next row, or I'll speak to senior management to see if we can do something for you the next day. He continued to keep us in the line we were in, but when it was time for us to join the ride, he just took us through a different entrance. And for me, that's what really stuck in my mind, as in you've taken ownership, you've delivered the service greatly, and we aren't unhappy with what you've done with us. So I really think he took great ownership in that example. The final message to all Emirates NBD staff: empathy, empathy, and empathy. Please show empathy. So I own it. Do you?